What's going on, Yony?
Hey, bud.
Yeah. Let's get some log going.
Where we at, bro?
Ascendance Gym up here. I'm one of the owners here, and I'm going to show you all around. Do a little workout session. Get some answers. Get some questions. Get it done.
All right, Cole. Yesterday, we co-hosted the rebirth of the Strongman competition. How you feeling after your first commentating job?
Good. A little mentally exhausted, but all in all, had a lot of fun yesterday.
It beats being a loader, right?
Oh yeah. It was way better than being a loader. I get to be there, be all bougie.
Yeah.
Just sit there, just talk. It's all fun and games.
Awesome, man. And now we get to get our body a little physical movement from sitting all day.
Hit a little Slater, hit a little log. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So this is your Slater?
Whoa. Yeah, this is a Ascendance Slater. We actually have our label on this side. It's upside down right now, but Ascendance right there. Oh, we'll get a good shot of this.
All right, bud, speaking of competitions, what is your next competition?
I'm going to be going to California for Santa Monica. And that is going to be my very first, I think, pro show. Not as a pro, but I'll be competing against pros. So it'll be definitely a challenge for me and a good way to push myself versus just doing youth comps, which I'm greatly appreciative of, but I'm definitely ready for the next level now.
I mean, you are the world's strongest youth. So I think you've successfully graduated from that.
Yeah.
What are the events for this show?
So there is a keg over bar. It'll be a 325-pound keg, 350-pound keg, and a 375-pound keg. I believe the distances are 15 feet, 10 feet, and 5 feet. So it'll be loading similar to the way Nationals was, or Arnold Amateur, I believe one of those. And then there's also a max reps on log, 320-pound log. I'm not sure if it's a Slater or a Mike Bardos log yet, but it's one of the two, so that's exciting. Also max circus bell. I believe the weight is 220, and that'll be definitely a challenge for me. Circus bell is not one of my greatest events, but speaking of one of my greatest events, there's also a heavy yoke run, and it's going to be 900 pounds for 60 feet, I believe. And me personally, I'm really excited for that because I know I can fly with 1,000 pounds. So I only imagine what I can do on a good yoke with 900 pounds. There's also a max distance frame. I believe the frame is 750 pounds, so it'll be quite a trek. Hands are definitely gonna be bleeding, legs are definitely gonna be sweating, shoulders are definitely gonna be hurting. I want to say one of the last events is a deadlift, a max rep deadlift. I want to say the weight for that is 720, and that'll be another one. So 3 rep events, 2 distance events. Yeah, I believe that's it. Yeah.
Is this a 1-day event or 2 days?
2 days.
Oh,
so
thank
I'll
God.
be spending 2 days in Santa Monica. I'm really glad to go back to California. You know, great experiences and all that with AST and things like that of that nature. So, yeah, ready to get at it. A little bit of that. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, and then wham, bam.
The warm-ups of champions that are 20.
Oh, man.
250 like it's nothing.
A lot of clicking. A lot of clicking. Whew. Yeah. Definitely gonna need some chalk for that one.
What's in your gym bag?
Well, we got shoes.
Oh, God.
We got arm sleeves.
Oh, God.
We got other arm sleeves.
Yes.
We have more arm sleeves.
I thought that was a knee sleeve.
Nah, these are the knee sleeves right here.
You got some big ol' arms.
Those are competition sleeves. We got little shorts over here in case, you know, little accident happens, you know, guys. Got wrist straps right here. I got the whole thing in here. I'm gonna need new shin guards because they get a little ripped considering deadlifts and all that. Got the nice
beating stick.
Yep. Got the deadlift straps right here. Good ones. Another arm thing. That one's a little smaller than the other ones. This one, I have another knee sleeve, same brand, a little blown out. These are super old figure 8s that I now use as knee sleeve pullers. And my grip shirt with no sleeves on it.
You purposely cut them off all the time?
Cut them off isn't the word I use. I bite my sleeves off. It feels more personal. Like I will literally, and then just rip it off. It works out great. And then recovery tools and an empty Gatorade bottle and raisins. These is kind of disgusting. And a ball and a belt and Ascendance dumbbell straps.
Ooh,
very nice. I don't know what that is. Then another new sleeve. And that's everything. And now I gotta clean it all up.
Cole, do you have enough clips?
I don't know. We probably got another 50 clips coming in. You know, I've had some complaints about not having enough clips. Some more black clips, some more red clips.
I feel like you took that comment personally. Oh, you don't think we have enough clips? Oh my
we'll
gosh.
get more clips. You want some more clips? We'll get more clips. no, it's good quality and all that. But,
Oh my gosh. This is fantastic.
I've always hated running out of clips. No, never again. Never again.
That was. All right, man. What do you enjoy about your strongman career so far and strongman itself?
I feel like the realization after an event is really nice. You know, knowing all the work you put into it has actually come to fruition. You know, training's awesome, but being able to go out there and show everyone what you've done or see that the work you put in is actually worth it is always fun. The eating, big fan of the eating. You know, it's always a tradition of mine to go out to a buffet, or not necessarily a buffet, an eating challenge. So recently up in Arnold, I did a Big Mama Burrito challenge, and that was a super fun thing because I ate a 6-pound burrito, and then I went ahead and went down to the ice cream shop and had some ice cream. And then I think I DoorDashed some food later that night because I enjoy eating quite a bit. That's why I do this sport. That's my most enjoyable part. That's my answer.
I'm curious, what's your measurements? Like, how tall are you? How much do you usually walk around at?
My measurements usually around 6'5". I guess it's always 6'5", and I'm usually around 340 to 350.
Nice.
I'm trying to keep it down to 330 right now, but we're building strength right now, and then we're going to build speed later. But sometimes I'll compete at 360, 370. So it gets up there. Is
290.
290.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is RPE 5.
Oh yeah. Pretty good.
All right, bud. So I'm curious, what's your relationship like with your coach Cambi?
Great. No, it's very versatile because, versatile in the fact that our training styles are a little different now. Because I used to train more, I guess, tank style of rigid and boom, or boom, boom, boom. Now it's whoop. Now it's more of a whoop. A lot more technical and more professional. But yeah, the relationship between me and Cambi is great. You know, I can thank him for getting me into the Santa Monica comp. That was a huge thing for me, was he was able to get me networking, which is fantastic, especially for an athlete at my level. I know I can compete very well, but it may not necessarily be publicized yet. So for Cambi to be able to give me that opportunity, or having a higher level coach being able to get you into certain comps, is fantastic. And you know, I mean, me and him had met through James, through Strongman Corp. James recommended him. He said he was going to be one of the best coaches I could work with, and so far, James is right. Cambi is fantastic. Even though we live like 500 miles apart, he's still responsive. He's still there to teach me stuff. Always sends me videos. Tells me I'm an idiot whenever I do something wrong, which is exactly what I need. So yeah, I love using Cambi and stuff like that. Ooh, Microsoft Edge. Oh yeah. 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 Switch.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You like that?
I'm kidding,
You
bro.
want to do more of that? You want like that?
Bro, chill. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ole, 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 ole.
All right, make it look stupid easy.
Okay. You got it.
What RPE is that for you?
Like, realistically, probably about an 8 because the Viper was a bit crap, but about a 5.
I hate you. I'm just kidding. That's just jealousy. All right, man. So, who makes up your support group? Who's there for you that allows you to help run a business and then strive to be the world's strongest man in the future?
Well, it's still been a progression because in the beginning, the person who motivated me and kept me going and was on my ass about doing stuff and going to the gym was definitely my mom. Kelly Bolton, aka Power Buns. It's always been a mother-son duo. We haven't been doing so much of this lately because we've been spread apart because she's doing the old stuff, I'm doing the young stuff, now I'm doing the big stuff. But now as we've progressed, a really big supporter of mine is Coleman, which is another one of the owners up here. He supports me a ton. You know, whenever we started opening up this gym and I ended up getting out of work because of complications, he ended up actually supporting me, you know, making sure I was fed, making sure I could still do my training, you know, paying me a little extra whenever I would do the trips and stuff like that. So he would always make sure I was taken care of. So he's definitely someone I gotta support or shout out. And then I think I probably should have done this one after my mom, but my dad, Greg Bolton, aka Power Bun's husband, he's been a fantastic support through all this as well. Financially, he's my dad, which helps out a lot. You know, he'll always put me in check as well. He'll be like, "Wow, that's stupid," or "Hey man, that was better than not bad." You know what I mean? So it works out great. I have a fantastic support system. You know, they're going with me to Santa Monica. One of the other co-owners as well, Mike, he's also going to Santa Monica with me. So, I mean, I've got a great family out here in Houston, or Magnolia. I know where I am. That and the community in general. You know, as I've opened this gym, I've gotten to know a lot of kids, a lot of Magnolia high school students, a lot of older guys. The age range between supporters is insane whenever you open a gym. So, I mean, a lot of my clients and stuff like that, they're great for me. You know, just so I to name one of them, he's a really good guy. You know, he's forced me to have a social life. I've gone bowling 1,000 times more now than I have before, or infinite times more. That's like 2 times this year. So I've definitely been.
Is that what you're wearing right now? No, I'm just playing, bro. I'm just
These
playing.
are Linter shoes. These are straight out of Japan. I'm gonna tell you that much. Size 17. I need somebody to hook me up. I'm just saying. I can't buy a TYR. I need some big old shoes. But that's a whole nother thing.
Size 17?
Yeah,
Monster.
size 17 right now, and then like a wide as well. But yeah, no, I have a fantastic support group. I'm really glad. I'm really happy I have all these guys behind me. Definitely, that's half the battle in Strongman. Yeah, people don't talk about it enough. But yeah, just now that I'm, you know, done training with it, just gonna go ahead and put it up now.
Oh, those are some bright ass lights, dude.
Yeah, this is a storage unit before for cars and stuff. Now it's been repurposed for being one of the potentially best gyms in America eventually.
That's the goal.
You want to start here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fold the shoulders.
Some running man right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This
Look
is
at
so smooth. Boulder. Shoulders. Feel the pop. Oh. That sounded dirty.
Yes, it did.
I want to show people how you use the Viking press machine to help you with your circus dumbbell skills.
A lot of athletes I've talked to, and me personally, circus dumbbell has always made one arm more strong than the other one. And I think this machine, since it's isometric, is really good for that. A lot of people look at a Viking press and go, oh, that's good for training shoulders, good for training Viking press, obviously. But I look at this and see the isometric properties of it, and you get under like this, get a good circus bill stance, look at the judge, athlete ready, look up, face the weight, press under, look at the judge, come back down, repeat. I think that's fantastic. I feel it in every muscle, and I can do the same thing with my left arm that I'm gonna do right now. Get under that, face the judge, ready, face the weight, under, good to go. Yeah.
Love that. How'd you come up with that?
Laziness.
You didn't want to set up the circus dumbbell?
Yeah. It was a really hot day. The circus dumbbell kept sliding everywhere, and I was like, fuck it. And then I come over here with this, and I'm like, oh. And I was like, oh, all right. And then so that ended up being a really, really good way to train circus dumbbell without having to get uneven.
And even when you're not trying to skip the circus dumbbell, it's a heck of a warm-up.
Yes, 100%. Finding a machine you can warm up on for an event like circus dumbbell that's very injury prone is phenomenal. I love discovering things like this. So yeah, circus bell on a Viking press. Bam!
4 plates.
Yeah, baby.
All right, 4 plates on each side.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Get it.
Oh, that was harder than I thought.
Yeah, better.
We need to get Head and Shoulders to sponsor you.
Yeah. Get some hair coming in here.
You can be the Troy Polamalu of Strongman.
Yeah.
We're on 5 plates on each side now. Why do I do this to myself? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, look at the stance. Look at there.
That's my strong arm.
Look at that. You're priming the right.
Holy shit.
Woo.
You fill this up?
Yeah. No prep time either.
You bitch.
Pick me up, warm up. Oh, that warning routine. Sounds like the rest of teeth. All right, throw weights around. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side.
Yeah.
6 on each side. Yay!
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the way, a little bit clinch.
I'm gonna go cry. What do you see in your future in the next 3 years in Strongman and then in life in general?
3 years. Well, hopefully the gym is doing well by then. But strongman wise, hopefully be on the world stage by 2027, and I mean, if everything goes right, I'll be winning it around then.
How far do you think you are right now from
the world stage?
Yep.
Probably 2 years until all my weights are the correct ones. You know, the training's been phenomenal. I'm getting up to that peak age, so 25 to 30 years old, usually the age range where athletes will hit their peak and then be able to seriously indulge into the sport. But I mean, as far as goals go, you know, I want to pursue the gym. I always say I'm doing strongman in the reverse order because I now own the gym, which is the first step in retiring. So there's that. But, you know, make sure the gym does well. You know, maybe open up a few more, or, you know, move around or something like that. But generally, probably live somewhere that's cold. My biggest goal. I love the cold. I could survive in negative 20-degree weather every single day. You know, so maybe one day I'll just
Spoken like somebody who's lived in the hot humidity their whole life.
Yes. Maybe one day I'll just blow up and then act like I don't know nobody, and then move somewhere like
I see how it is.
Canada or Antarctica, like an Eskimo or something. I'll be the next Bigfoot.
Hey. All right. That's a good back pump, by the way. I like the banded work. So, you own a gym. You've started your training career as well. What have you enjoyed about being a trainer now? And then, how many of your athletes are strongman athletes?
Well, what I've enjoyed about doing as trainer is it really gets you involved. Like I said previously, a lot of my clients will force me to be social. If I had my choice of it, I'd live in a cave. But I mean, community aspect, I love doing that for the community, training and whatnot. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't even charge for it, you know, but, you know, those I get paid. But as far as strongman athletes, I started out with one, but, you know, a fun thing I like to do is, as I'm training more commercial athletes, I'll throw in a sandbag here or there, which, by the way, is very good for training commercial-wise. But, you know, as a salesman on myself, I'll do the sandbag, I'll have them train in a while, be like, you like that? You want to do more of that? And then, you know, I'll be like, yeah, we'll do a stones, we'll do more yoke, or this is really good for upper body. Try the log out. You want to compete with that? You want to do some more events with that? You ever heard of static monsters? That's fun stuff. And now I've got like 3 to 4.
I love it. Farming your own strongmen right there.
Oh yeah, we're building the community.
I love it. I can't paint you with a camera. All right, so one of the things that we talked about during the commentating yesterday at the rebirth of the strongman competition was your muscles are so strong they broke a tumor that's in your leg.
You see right here is a benign growth. One day when I was doing pendulum squat, my calf pushed against my leg so hard that it actually broke off this way. And another fun fact, it wasn't a risk because the muscles were so big that it held it in place. So I didn't need a brace or anything. The muscles themselves braced the bone against the bone and it just healed over. And now it's a part of me. It's a little mini me supporting me throughout everything.
So there's no issue? There's
no issue. No, it's just a constant reminder.
Behind the chair. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the growth of the gym. This gym opened up about 2 months ago. What are some of the numbers you're really proud of this gym?
I mean, we have about 120 members now, which is way beyond the industry goal. You know, we're doing phenomenally in terms of member count. The community is fantastic. All of our athletes, there's always that worry of whenever you get a bunch of athletes from a school or something like that they're going to be kind of jerks or they're going to be kind of egotistical. But honestly, a lot of the kids we get from Magnolia and places like that, they're really nice. You know, they report anything they see. They're kind to other customers. They'll point out my flag and whatnot. You know, I've talked to almost all of our members here. It's a great community. That's something I'm extremely proud of. Another thing is the fact that we are trying to be the best strongman gym out there. We already have a Slater log. We already have multiple pieces of service equipment. And we plan on expanding fairly soon. And once we expand, we'll have a turf. We'll have an athlete area, we'll have a commercial area, and it's going to be great. We plan on dominating the area with Houston and possibly working together with other gyms to make that happen. And we want to bring everyone together. You know, it's a great thing going on.
Is there any potential of y'all hosting a strongman competition in the future?
Absolutely. We're working with certain managers of certain comps. We've already got some sealed in the bag. I don't know if they want us talking about it just yet, but we have some fairly big comps coming up that we'll be hosting through the gym. And regardless of that, we also have static monster wagon wheels, and something that's always used at charity events or certain things like that. So that's something to look forward to as well in December and things like that nature. Deadlifts for gifts, other comps like that, and I have connections with Strongman Corp, so eventually, probably in the near future, we'll be hosting some regionals down here. And speaking of business, you want to get out.
All right, man. Shit.